We are on B Highway. We'll cross over this set of tracks, and then about 100 feet later we'll take a right onto the easement road. And this will take us back to the property. I'll set the trip meter here, or I should say reset it, so we can see just how far it is. I'm going to go kind of quickly on this easement road because I know this will be a pretty long video. It's a large property with a lot to see, and I'd love to fit it into one video. We're between the towns of Mansfield, Missouri, and Seymour, Missouri. A little closer to Mansfield. Off of B Highway, obviously, which is about 1.5 miles south of Highway 60. Good access to this property. You can see it's a nice easement road. The entire road has been chatted. Now off to the left you can see a house that was built in the 70s. I'm told it was built by a doctor as one of his vacation homes. Has a great view out to the south. This property actually does have a little bit of that view, and it has its own view out to the north, as well as a little creek. We'll be coming up on the property. It's on the right side of the road. It's the north side of the road. There's a truck out here. We've got a couple guys out here working this morning. Alright, coming up on the property, you can see a pile of timber. When they did this road, they had to clear out some timber. But now you can see a survey marker right there. So everything you see on the right side of the road, trip meter says we've gone 1/2 mile. What I'll do is I'll run up and down the road frontage. Well, I won't run. I'll drive up and down the road frontage just to give you an idea. And then we'll come back and we'll go down that trail right there. And that will lead us down the hill to the creek. So again, everything you see on the right, it's level here on the south end of the property by the road, and then it slopes down as you go north to the creek and actually rises back up again after that. So here you've got a more open grassy area. Got a good view out to the north. Can't really pick it up on this phone I'm using for the video. Still everything on the right. A lot of road frontage on this property. The chat sort of comes to an end. We're very close to the southwest corner of the property. And there you can see that view. That's why the doctor built his home up there, was for that view. And as we walk onto the property itself, we get a little bit above the road and we look out and we've just got that awesome view. So this is one of hundreds of potential building sites on this property. I just wanted to walk up here about 30 more feet, and we will be at the survey marker at the southwest corner of the property. There she blows. Again, that view. I'll walk back to the truck, crossing over this portion of the property. You could put a home or cabin pretty much wherever you like on the property. This would just be, like I said, one spot. Got a lot of mature timber. Windy today. I know that's probably coming through on the video, unfortunately. Okay. I'm gonna hustle back to the truck and we'll go down that little trail and see if the creek is flowing. I've been told it's a year-round creek, and today will be a good test of that because it's been very dry out here the last few weeks. So now obviously everything on the left side of the road is the property. There's a pretty area right here. Sort of a glade area with some cedar trees. And I'm looking for that little trail. Is this it? I believe so. Yes. You can see this is all level. And as we get back further north, it will start sloping down. I'm in a four-wheel drive truck, and I'm fairly confident I can get down and back up. Had it been raining at all the last week, I wouldn't even be trying this because it does get steeper. My truck says I should be buckled up. It's probably right. Seeing all sorts of sites that could be really cool for a home or a cabin. A lot of mature timber on this property. I don't see any signs of this having been logged, at least in my lifetime, which is about 40 years. I don't see any sumps, I don't see any debris. It's still fairly level. I can see it drops off as I look to the right and further to the left, but we're on sort of a ridge. Which is why this road is here. They would have built it on the ridge. And now it's starting to get a little steeper. But we are coming into some big timber too. Nice big timber. I could say right now that this road would need some improvement to make it drivable on a regular basis. It will always be steep, but if it was graded a little bit and had some chat brought in, that would make a big difference. Well, there's a stump. That's an old stump, but I said no stumps and I see one, so there you go. But clearly this hasn't been logged for decades. There's mature timber everywhere. Big trees, big trees all over. We're getting toward the bottom here, which is where we'll find the creek. Here I can see some trees that have been cut up, but that was done by our guys a few months ago because the dead trees had fallen over the road. Now we're in the bottom. It's actually a sunny day, but it's dark down here. It's shaded, I should say, with the thick canopy of leaves. And we're about to find out if the creek is running. From where I parked, if I were to walk over to the left, that's more or less a dry branch of the creek, a wet weather type branch. I'm sorry, walk over to the right. But now as we go over to the left, and I think we might be out of luck here. I don't hear any water. No, it looks pretty dry. I see some pools of water. Everything is damp. It looks like there has been water through here very recently, but today there is not. So I'm kind of glad we got that on the video. I had been down here 3 or 4 times before, and there's always been at least 6 inches of water right here, but there is not today. There's a pool of water right there. This would be a spring-fed creek, so the little springs up the valley just aren't running very steadily. Big rock cliff up there. There could be some caves on this property. We really have not explored this middle section or the north end. You can see all the mature timber down here. Monstrous trees. The first time I was down here several months ago and the creek was flowing, I walked up the creek and found some really interesting rock formations on the property. Actually continued walking all the way up the creek, and found another high spot with some great views. It gets pretty rugged in this middle part and that north part. You certainly could build anywhere you want basically on the property. So if you wanted a super private hunting cabin, you could do that. If you wanted a home that you could come and go from with ease, probably on the south end by that easement road. I see we're over 15 minutes on the video, so I'll cut it short here, but that's the acreage, the large acreage between Seymour and Mansfield, about 45 miles east of Springfield.